so many students here today, and I'm going to first of all introduce myself. I'm Roger Kashmor, and from this you will see I'm Chairman of the United Kingdom Atomic Energy Authority. But I'm also a professor in the university, and I've worked at many big labs in the world. So I do have a big and a long research career as well as a career in teaching in universities. Now, what I'd like to do today is to tell you about one of the big issues that we, you, everybody in the world is going to face during your lifetime, during the 21st century. And that is the provision of energy. You know, the energy for these cameras, for the lights, for the heating. All of these things use energy, and it's a very, very important issue because we have to worry. So what I want to do today...
Roger, excuse me, can you try to translate?
Yeah, I will. Yes, please do.
Kirillович სასიამოვნოა რამდენი მოსწავლე მოვიდა ამ შეხვედრაზე. ეგრეთ პროფესორი როჯერ ქაშმორი, რომელიც არის გაერთიანებული სამეცნიეროს ატომური ენერგიის ავტორიტეტის თავმჯდომარე და ასევე რამდენიმე უნივერსიტეტში არის ლექტორი. და დღეს ლექცია ჩაატარებს 21 საუკუნის ენერგიის ახალ წყაროებზე და ისაუბრებს პრობლემებზე, რაც შეიძლება მოყვეს ენერგიის კვლევა და ისაუბრებს კლიმატის შეცვლაზე და საერთოდ გარემოს ზიანზე, რაც მოაქვს ენერგიის კვლევა.
I'll take you through some of the big issues that face us. One about world population, one about the use of energy and the demand for it, and a third area about what producing that energy does in terms of emissions, carbon dioxide, and its effect on the climate.
Population, მოთხოვნა და გამოყენება ენერგიის და მის გამოყენების შედეგები, ანუ როგორც CO2 და კლიმატის შეცვლა.
Is the world population. And in this graph, here's 2000, where we are now. And here, where in 2050 will be. And you see the world is has had a large increase up to the 6 billion people of today, and it will keep on going up to in the region of 9 billion. In fact, it's probably going to go higher than this. This is the thing that drives energy. Every member of that population needs energy. So the use of energy will increase all through your century. That's the big driving force for the use of energy. Now here are the projections to the year 2035, and we're here in 2015, 2016. So even in the next 20 years, there's going to be an increase in consumption of 40%. Now the important thing to note in this is if you consider from countries in the OECD, the developed world, OECD world, the developing countries, all over Asia, all over Africa, Central Asia as well. Now, the very worrying part of this increase in demand for energy is shown in this plot. Here you see the consumption in 2007, 500 e-joules, here 700 in 2030 projection. But this comes from oil, this comes from coal, this comes from gas. The energy in 2007 comes predominantly from fossil fuels, around 80%. That's here, 80% of all of it is due to burning fossil fuels. And the worrying thing is that as we increase, this percentage doesn't change through to 2030 in this plot. It's still about 80% of the energy comes from using fossil fuels. On this projection, things will get worse for the climate, and that's what I want to talk about next, is the emissions of carbon dioxide and the effects on the climate. And the effects are on everyone all over the world. Because the emission of carbon dioxide, it will affect people in England and all around the world. CO2 moves, gases move all around the globe. So this is a global issue. So let's see what is happening. Here, the concentration of carbon dioxide. And what happens very recently is that this goes up dramatically in the last 100 years or so. This is the concentration of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. So people become concerned could lead to catastrophic climate change. It's only projections at the moment, but I will show you some.